Welcome to a tutorial on how to use LineWriter. So you'll get to this page from Schoology. There are directions. I've hopefully already given you directions on how to do that. So once you get to here, you'll press play. So this is just a tutorial on how to use the program LineWriter. This is not how to load your track or load your music. Those are different tutorials. This is just the basics of how to use LineWriter and how how to use it. So LineWriter it's not super user friendly. There is a learning curve. The more you play with it, the more you're going to understand how it works. So let's take a look up here first. So this is like a painting tool. I do not recommend it. I don't really like it. So I would say don't use that. Next is just a pencil tool. I don't use this one a lot. This just it draws a ton of tiny lines, and you can draw curves. You can draw whatever. There's a bunch of different options for that. Let's get rid of those. Go away. Next is my favorite tool. This is the line tool. So it doesn't let you draw curves. It just draws one straight line, and then you get to pick the angle. Now you can do curves with this. You just draw one line at a time, and it works like that. So there's that. Then you've got the eraser. If you have lines, if you just click on a line, it erases the whole line. Then you've got the mouse here. You can choose a line. You can move the line. You can make the line longer, shorter. You can change the angle of the line, which is a pretty nice, nifty tool if you don't want to completely erase it. This thing is to move. It's like kind of looks like a diamond with 4 arrows and a dot in the center. This is to move the screen. So if you want to work on, let's say, an area over here, and you want to work like way over here, and you can just move it like that. Okay. And the magnifying glass just zooms in and out. Okay. You don't want to be so far away, like you can't even see that. But you also don't want to be super close. So pick a nice neutral in the middle area if you're wanting to zoom in and out. Okay, let me start over. Okay. So I'm going to use the line button. Now let's talk about these colors. So you want to think about this as if you're building a roller coaster, and the man on the sled is the coaster itself, the roller coaster itself, and you're creating the track for him. So blue is the regular track. Like, it's not going to create any other effect except for just him moving along it. So when you create a line, you can see there are 2 colors here. Zoom in a little bit. There are 2 colors here. If you want him to hit the line, he has to hit the black side. Okay, so if I press play down here, okay, see how he landed on the line, okay? And I drew that line from left to right, okay? If I get rid of this line, and this time I go right to left, ooh, now what color is on top? Blue, not the black, the blue. So what do you think is going to happen? Let's see if you can figure it out. Press play. Oh, he went right through it. Well, we don't want that to happen. So this line is considered upside down. Because the blue is on the top. You want the color on the bottom. If you want him to land on the line, then he has to touch the black side. Okay. Let's get rid of that. So if I draw this line here and I press play, which direction is he going to go? He's going to go forward and down. Just like that, okay? But what if I take this and I draw it this way? Now what's going to happen when I press play? He goes backwards. So science, physics really does play a part here. In that stuff. So you want to make sure that if you're using the blue color, that you have the line correct. If you just kind of draw it straight across, it's not going to do much. It just kind of sits there. Well, I had it at an angle, so he's moving a little bit. But he was moving a lot slower than when I had the angle all the way down here. Okay. All right, let's get rid of that and let's talk about, so that's blue. Blue doesn't have any effects. He just is going to follow gravity, and he's going to follow the line however you have it. So let's go on to red. Red, let's make this. Notice again, black is on the top, the color is on the bottom. So when I press play, is he going to land on this line? The answer is yes. But when we did this with blue, he landed on the line and then went backwards. So red is like the part of the beginning of the roller coaster where there's a chain that has to pull you to the top of the hill. That's what red is. Red is the chain. So when I press play, he doesn't go backwards. He gets pulled up to the top. So this red can help you go faster. Red can help you, like if your guy is going on the slower side, to help you get him moving up the hill. You do not want to make your whole track red. Okay, don't solely use red. You have to use blue as well. Mostly you want to use blue with red just kind of interspersed in between it. Okay, so you can go back and forth. Oops. Let's go blue. And then maybe here, let's flatten it out. And then I want to use a red. Okay. That is okay. You can use, there, you saw how he went faster there. You can use both colors, more than one color. Now, so blue is the track. Red is the chain that pulls him. He will always go up. But again, if you go backwards, notice what color's on top. The red is on the top, black is on the bottom. So if when I press play, what's he gonna do? He's gonna go through. Okay. He has to be touching the black line in order for him to stop on the line. Okay. Green. Let's take a look at this. Oh man. There is no black line. So what is going to happen? Doesn't matter whether I go left to right or right to left. There is no black line. So what is going to happen when I press play? He goes through them. Green is purely decoration. You do not want to use green until you're ready for it. Because it's going to show up on, like when I press play, it shows up as lines, but he will never hit any of those green lines. So you don't want to use green unless you have a purpose for it. Okay. So once again, blue is the track. Red is the chain that pulls him up the roller coaster, and green is just plain decoration. Okay. Down here, you've got play, which just plays the thing. You got the pause button that pauses it where it is. You got stop that he goes back to the flag. You can use these arrows back and forth to kind of fast forward and rewind. Let's say you get really far into your track and you don't want to keep going back to the beginning to start and watch and listen. You can use a flag, this flag right here, to change where he starts. So if I press the stop button and then play, he's going to start from there. If you want him to go back to the beginning, you re-click the flag, stop. Now he's back at the beginning. This button, what does this button do? Oh, that's slow-mo. He's moving in super slow motion. Okay. And then this button is also really nifty because it lets you see what's coming next. So say you have you're accidentally breaking the sled or something. Okay. Let's see if I can get this to work. There. Okay. He came off his sled there, and you did not want that to happen. So you can use this to kind of see where it happens. You can move this back and forth to elongate how far ahead you see, and all that stuff. Okay. Now, something I do want to note. Play it and pause. Okay. This sled right here, this sled is not broken. He can be remounted onto that sled. Okay. It's very hard to do remounting. We're not going to talk about it right now. There will be a video in another class that you'll watch that will talk about remounting. Let's see if I can break this sled. Breaking the sled is very, very bad. You cannot remount the man if his sled is completely broken. Let's see. Will that break it? Nope, that's still not broken. Maybe I need to make it longer. Longer. No, let's see. Break it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, now take a look at this sled. You can tell that sled is very broken. You will not be able to remount that, and that's bad because there are 2 rules that you need to follow with your project, and one of the projects is that the guy has to be on the sled by the end of your song. So if you break it, you cannot fix it. So here is one of those spots where, let's zoom out, let's move. This thing comes in handy sometimes. If you just want to see where it is he's breaking, you can back it up. And you can see here, he's on his sled, he's on his sled, he's on his sled. Oh, that's where it breaks. So maybe I want to take this line, and I do want him to go up, but I want him to stay on the sled. See, that's still broken. Let's move this so you can see better. See, I'm moving. Oh, there we go. So he's on his sled. I can tell he's on his sled, and that works. Okay. So that is a basic tutorial on this program. You will learn more things as you go. The more you play around with the program, the more you are going to learn. Don't break the sled. That is bad. You can get him off if you can remount him, but you cannot break the sled. Okay? All right, and that's it. Have a great day.